Hi guys, we're gonna get started. I'm just trying to turn my camera on. Hold on. I was like literally looking for my camera for 15 minutes. I'm not even joking. Welcome to ADHD. It's fine. Good morning. We're gonna do a really action-packed power hour today. But it's kind of a no-brainer power hour. So it's like not super stressful. It's just like this is going to be the best power hour for people that just like want to go, get stuff done, check it off, done, right? It's like, again, an ADHD person's dream power hour. It goes really quick. If you haven't done one of these with me before, don't stress too much about being perfect. Like, just try and do one thing in each category. At least you'll get faster and faster and faster with this as you go. This is basically like all of my networking technique for Instagram, and it will help you just build your following, drive more traffic to your, hold on. Oh, okay, sorry, somebody was turning on the captions and I wanted to make sure that it was working. It'll just help you drive traffic to your page. It'll help you get new followers. It will help you just learn how to work the algorithm in your favor. This is what brings you a lot more opportunity to have conversations. This is you like going out there and like bringing people into yourself, right? So if you're somebody that's like, I don't have anyone in my pipeline, like I don't have anyone to invite, this is where you start. A lot of coaches are like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. Where do I find people? This is how you find people. So I'm going to take you through this tracker. Every single exercise on it is less than 5 minutes, 5 minutes or less, except for making our initial first post, which is what we're going to do right out the gate. So you're going to make, this is the power hour that we're going to go through each and every single one of these activities. I know, get ready. It's really fun. We're going to do it together. There's not a lot of downtime or talking. We just kind of work. So the very, very first thing that you do, however, is one of the most important, and that's why I give us more time. You have to make a really strong first post. And sometimes you guys, that's you posting a picture of yourself and being like, hi, I'm still here, right? Like powerful and engaging doesn't necessarily have to be long and deep. Just keep that in mind. It just needs to be an engaging post that what I want you guys to focus on today specifically is related directly to your niche, the exact target audience that you're looking for. So it can be a topic that they're interested in that you decide to post about. You can just speak directly to them and give them some inspiration or motivation. You can post a carousel with different tools on it if you want for them. But the very first thing that we're going to do is this, and everything else that we do today kind of comes back to this piece. So it's important. Okay. So again, for those of you just hopping on, because I know that a lot of people are hopping on, we started a little early. Right now, we're just doing our very first activity, engaging niche post on Instagram. So you're just going to pull up your Instagram. We're going to take 10 minutes. Make sure you have a strong caption, end with a call to action if you can. Carousels are super in right now, which means you just post multiple pictures on one slide. And then use 2 to 3 relevant hashtags if you can. That's really purely for search engine at the moment. It's not even necessarily for people looking for that hashtag. Now it's more using keywords that the algorithm can find and put out there. Okay, so we're going to take 10 minutes. We're going to make our first post and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to turn on a little music. Hashtags are irrelevant if your account is private. You really shouldn't have a private account if you're building on Instagram for business. So I know some people have like careers and jobs that require that. It's almost worth looking into creating a new profile. I don't know. There's obviously lots of different situations, but if you're just like somebody who's, see, like a teacher, it's so hard that way. But what I would still recommend is using like keywords and things like that. Let's see. I just watched my swear words. That's funny. every school district is different about social media. It's kind of hard. So obviously, like, follow the rules of your job and work around some of this stuff. It's going to be a little harder for you to just naturally have the platform bring you people or suggest you to people just because you're private. However, that doesn't mean like this is actually your jam, because you can do all of this stuff and this will drive traffic to your page. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to spend a few minutes, make a really solid post, really try to keep it within your niche. Okay, when you guys are done with your post, write it in the chat so that I know, so we can move forward. I love that, Anne or Emily. That's so cute. Coming in hot for the blue collar. That's so funny. Okay, and write your topic in the chat because I want to see if you were able to get specific and really niche down. Burned out RNs, love that. There's a lot of those right now, unfortunately. Working out with toddlers, love that mindset, love it. The more niche you get with your post, like your very first post of the day, like the whole rest of your day will kind of like layer onto that. And especially if you do like your networking in the morning, I always recommend doing this after your very first post, whenever that is, just to get the whole ball rolling this way. It's kind of like having Instagram working for you while you're not even there is sort of what this is going to do, hopefully. So don't close out of your app the whole time that we're doing our power hour. That's one thing that they love. They love seeing long periods of time of users on it, which is kind of sad. But that's what they want. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to give you one more minute and then we're going to move on to this next step. Tiffany, we just did our very first post of the day. So I would go and make a good, strong post on Instagram. Okay, so you guys can finish that up while I'm explaining the next part. So the next thing we're going to do, the rest of this is going to go pretty quick. Okay. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is I want you to pull up your stories. We're going to do a lot of this stuff together. Pull up your Instagram stories. And what I want you to do is I want you to start a poll, ask a question first thing in the morning, something that's going to force some kind of or inspire some kind of engagement from your audience. Okay, this isn't really necessarily about how many people answer or respond. It's really just about you posting engaging activity and getting in the habit of that and starting conversations every single day, like starting days with questions. One thing I love doing on Facebook is asking ridiculous random questions, and I get so much engagement on them that it brings a lot of audience to my other posts because they're just used to like engaging with me, right? And that's kind of what this is. So what I want you to do is I want you to open your stories. I'm going to teach you a little trick if you don't know this already. Just take a picture with your camera. It can be anything. I literally just took a picture of my computer like this. And what I want you to do is pull up the little draw option. If you click the little three dots at the top, hit draw, just do a pencil, whatever, pick whatever color you want. I usually do one that's on theme with whatever my brand is. And literally, you guys, if you just hold your finger down like this, it changes your screen to that color. Did you know that? So you can always have like a blank background. So what I want you to do is take a poll, ask a question, right? Use a sticker or a badge. And I want you to ask a question that's directly related to the topic that you just posted about. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute. You got to do it really fast. So I talked about motivation in mine for an example, and I asked on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your motivation and energy level at the moment? Super question, easy question for people to answer, right? Okay, and then tell me when you're done with that one. We're going to go to the next one. I'm going to turn that music off. Energy is different today. I love these people that are getting it done fast. Tessa, Melanie, Kathy. Nice. All of these activities are kind of connected. So again, as you practice this and sit down and do it yourself, you'll get a lot faster at it. But it's all connected and it's in a specific order to help you like really flow simply through this. The very next thing that we're going to do, once you have your question made or your interactive post, how many of you guys need 1 more minute? It looks like a lot of you are still kind of working on it. Okay, I'm going to give you another minute. Especially if you're newer to Instagram, this is going to take you a bit longer, and that's okay. Okay, I'm going to explain the next activity. It's really, really easy. It should take you 30 seconds. So, Jolyn said, I struggle finding photos to go with my posts. Take a picture of yourself. People like pictures with people in them, just so you guys know, or a straight text photo. But for the most part, people will always engage with a picture that has a person in it. Okay. The next activity that we're going to do is really simple. Just go back to your feed, pull up that post you just made, and now you're going to share that to your stories. I know there's like controversy around this, like sharing your post to your stories doesn't do anything anymore. I disagree. I think it's all about how you do it. You just asked a question that's directly related to what you just posted about. And now you're going to post that story, that thing that you just made, right? And you're going to say to your audience on your stories, I just posted about this topic there. Go read. Super simple. It connects it all, right? So share your post to your stories. And again, add a little double tap on it so people can easily double tap it and go to your feed, and then they can read about the topic that you just asked a question about. So I'm just going to write, since mine was on motivation, new post about motivation, right? Super simple. Double tap to read. It doesn't have to be anything so crazy. You can even put new post, like want motivation, go read my post, or need motivation, right? Something super simple. Pretty crazy how fast this app changes its stuff. Okay. Once you've done that, check it off, hit done. Okay. What do you mean add a double tap? There's just like, if you go to, this is really simple. You can either just write double tap and stick it on the picture itself, because then they'll just double tap on it. They have to double tap the picture to go to your feed, right? So all you're really trying to do is get them to double tap that. So there's a lot of different little stickers that say double tap this, or new post, read here, that kind of stuff. You can just add that on there. It's really simple, or you can just write it out. I just wrote it out today. Okay. So now you've done your post, you've started your stories with a question, you've shared content, valuable content related to that topic now in your stories and your feed. Okay, so now what we're really going to do And this is an activity, just like these are general activities that I want you to learn on Instagram for networking. These are important. Again, this is driving traffic to you. It's putting your business card out there. It's being social. A lot of people want the interaction, but they don't go out and interact. And it doesn't work like that. So if you haven't been socializing on social media, and you're not seeing any improvement in your following or starting new conversations or getting new people, it's probably because you're not out there being social and also like doing the activities that you want people doing on your page. So one thing that I really like to do, just go back to your homepage. We're going to take 1 minute and I want you to just go into your last 5 or 6 posts. And if you haven't liked any of the comments left, I want you to like the comments that people have left you. I want you to comment on any of the comments that people have left you if you haven't done that yet, right? And also, this is another step that people don't take, is the people who like your stuff or leave a comment, you can go to their profile, like a few of their pictures, leave a compliment here or two on some of their stuff. And I'm telling you guys, like that will create a connection instantly with that person. Okay, so we're going to take 5 minutes for these next 3 activities to like any comments on your posts, go to commenters' profiles and engage on their content. Or let's see, is that the 3? Go to commenters' profiles or leave comments on their comments. Okay, so just following up quickly on any activity that you've seen that happened overnight or whatever. So we're going to take a couple minutes and go through that, and then we'll move on to the next part. I do like to give a little bit of insight. So when you print this power hour out, liking comments on people's stuff really just shows support, right? Like it helps you be seen in their notifications. So every single time somebody comments on your stuff or likes one of your pictures, if you like their comment, it actually shows up in their notifications that you liked it. So sometimes it's good to do that a couple hours after they leave a comment. Like you can respond to their comment, but then a couple hours later, go back and like their comment, and it pushes your face and name back up into their notifications. And it's just a way of like leaving a business card. That's how I like to look at it. Like you're just trying to be seen in as many places as possible. So that's why that one specifically works. Comments obviously lead to conversations. That's why we do that. Super simple. And then engaging in their profiles and leaving compliments really is just, again, baiting sort of that connection. Like you're trying to break the ice in a way. Super simple. Okay. I'm going to give you 1 more minute for that section. These activities are super fast. They're not meant to go into deep thinking or overthinking. They're literally just click, post, click. It's just super simple. You don't want to spend exorbitant amount of times on these activities. Where you really want to spend your time is in the connection and the invite, right? Process. So this is fast. So that's why I'm trying to push you a little bit and not let you kind of meander around, like just get to work. Yes, that's why I say this is a great power hour for the overthinkers, the ADHD, like, because you can just go. You're not supposed to think about networking beyond like where you're doing it. You know what I mean? Okay, we're going to go to this next one, this next last half section. So we're going to engage on a hashtag that your target audience uses. This is really key when you've just made a post about a specific topic. So again, I did mine on motivation. So I'm just going to search up the hashtag get motivated and see who posted with that hashtag today. And honestly, you guys, so if you go to the little magnifying glass, the search tab, you click search a keyword from your post. So if it's like one of you, I think said like midlife, like inspiring midlife women or whatever, like you can just search the hashtag midlife. That's it. And just see what comes up there. Everything that comes up, right? There's 613,000 posts on Get Motivated. For example, this is just a whole list of people that I can literally go and network with in 5 seconds. All I do is I go down it and I like as many pictures as I can. I look for any comments that I can coach out loud on or respond to, or, oh my gosh, I totally agree with this kind of thing. Or I either find people to follow. That's also like I find new accounts to follow that I think will help me. This is a huge exercise. If you do it every day and you really branch out with different hashtags, this is where hashtags are valuable, I think, because you can find people, right? So I'm going to give us a good solid 5 minutes, and I want you to engage on a hashtag that way. And I want you to leave comments, leave likes, or coach out loud, like if you have the opportunity to do that. Okay. You can also do this on a profile that you specifically follow. So like a mentor. So like Jay Shetty, or like a big person who has a huge following, you can go into their page and start commenting and socializing on their posts with all of their followers who are talking about their posts. That's how I actually get the most organic new followers right now, is that specific exercise. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Again, it's a no-brainer activity, no emotions attached, it's just directing people to your traffic and getting seen, putting your name out there, getting out there and finding people. That's what you're doing. Okay. Also, you guys, this is a really great time. This is something that I do as well with this exercise, is I will go into those bigger pages like I was talking about and start interacting with their followers and who's commenting on their posts. And sometimes I'll just go like every single comment in the thread, because again, it sends that person a notification. Hey, Coach Jace liked your comment on Jay Shetty's page on this post. And they'll be like, oh, who's that? And they'll be like, I've never seen her name before. And they'll go to my page. Smart, super simple, no brainer, super easy. Okay. Just make sure you're liking people's comments that align with what you believe and on posts that you like. Okay, one more minute and then we're going to move on. Okay. This next one is one of my favorite exercises. I love doing this because it's interactive, sort of, not really. It's kind of like just a fun challenge. So I want you to go to your feed, like your house, your little house on your Instagram. It'll pull up all the people you're following, right? And we're going to take 1 minute and we're going to see how many pictures you can like in 1 minute. And then when the 1 minute is up, I want you to write how many you got in the chat. Okay. We're going to see how fast your fingers are. And it will tell me how much you're using social media. Okay. So we're going to start. Let's see. Okay. We're going to start now. Just like as many pictures and obviously probably videos as you can. Right on your own feed from people that are posting that you follow. This is also when it's super important, you guys, to make sure that the people that you're following are relevant and the content that you're following is relevant. Because if you got a bunch of crap in your feed that you don't care about, you're doing it wrong. Okay. When you start seeing things in your feed that are super relevant to your niche, the kind of people that you want to be attracting, then you know you're doing it right. And sometimes that takes a while to transform if you've been doing it differently. But as soon as you make that transformation, you should start seeing a lot better results as well. Okay, 30 more seconds. Okay, stop. How many did you get? I got 52, which is a little slow for me, but I was talking the whole time. So, you know. Oh, 43, 40, 42, 80. What? 80? Damn, girl. My feed was full of crap. I should do a whole power hour on that because I can really help you transform that part of it, because that part is so important. And it's especially important to me because you should not be seeing crap every single time you open this app. Otherwise, you never want to go to it, right? Like this needs to become a place that you like to live. That's what I think about with social media. Like you have to create that positive environment for yourself. So unfollow anybody that doesn't serve you in this season at the moment and start following legitimate people that motivate you, pages that motivate you, content that motivates you, so that when you see your feed, when you see your search like suggested for you, it's all relevant. If it's not, you're doing it wrong, right? Like that's not what this app is intended for. It's supposed to attract you and keep you there, right? Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our own feed. So hit your little icon of yourself. And what I want you to do is find a past post that you did that is related to the topic that you posted about this morning. Mindset, motivation, burnt out RNs, midlife women trying to find themselves again, working out with kids. Have you posted about this before? If you have not, this is not your niche, right? Like you should be posting about this topic every single day and have a lot of content to back it up. So if the mindset's obvious, what I want you to do with mindset is I want you to identify a specific piece. Which piece of mindset are you trying to transform for people or that you've transformed for yourself? Mindset is great. What's the goal with the mindset focus that you have? Is it to help people have more positive thinking? Is it to build self-esteem? Is it to support people through mental health? Like what specific mindset piece are you fixating on? And you can read through your posts to really figure that out. Like, what are you passionate about, right? It could just be personal growth. Could be a lot of different things. It could be overcoming trauma. It can be so many things. So really niche down that mindset piece. And I promise you, it will benefit you 1,000 times over and over and over. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to find a past post, and I want you to share it to your stories. And this time, when you share it to your stories, I want you to say, here's a past post on the same topic. Okay, you're doing this to drive traffic back to your feed again, right? You're doing this to mostly add credibility, show consistency, and show your passion. This is your eagerness to help people. Okay. So I'm just going to give you 1 minute to go through and try and do that. You should be able to do it pretty quick. So again, I talked about motivation. So I found a past post that's motivating, right? So I went a little bit more niche with it. And I said, motivation happens when there's movement, not thinking about moving, right? Super simple, but it's like something that they can just look at quickly, and it's relevant to what's going on in my stories today. But you're still driving traffic to yourself, right? Super important. Okay. Are we good? Are you guys done? So you take that post, sorry, Darcy. So you take that post and just share it to your stories. And you say, here's another post on this same topic. Super simple. Okay, again, and now you've just dove back into your stories, and now you've posted 3 stories today. So you can be super proud of yourself. It was super easy and you didn't even know it, right? Okay, this next one is to interact with new followers. So this is a really simple but great practice. I love doing this. I don't spend tremendous amounts of time doing this because I don't have to. This is really simple. You go to your little heart, right? You scroll down and you look to see who's followed you recently. You go to your last 3 to 5, and I just want you to interact with them. Okay. So you can do that in a lot of different ways. Sorry, I changed the page by accident. You can do it in a lot of different ways. You can, where is that list? Follow them back, right? If you feel like they are your target audience, you can DM or support them. Hey, thanks so much, like, for following me. I just found your page. I'm going to go creep your profile or whatever you want to say. You can like 3 to 5 of their pictures. You can leave a comment or a compliment. It takes like 3 minutes. This will transform your ability to connect with your followers and bring them into conversation, which is, again, ultimately the entire goal of networking. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a good solid 3 minutes. That should give you enough time to interact with 3 new followers. Okay. So we're going to go now. Okay, post done when you're done. If you've interacted with 2 to 3 new followers. And then we're going to move on to the next activity. So this next activity, this is an opportunity for you to either triple down on the topic that you've been talking about or mix things up a little bit. What I want you to do is go to one of your favorite pages, your favorite Instagram like inspires. Again, if you don't have one, this is the time I want you to take to find one. Find a page that helps you every single day. If you don't have that, you need to look for one during this exercise. If you do, I want you to go to that page. I want you to find a piece of content and I want you to share that content to your stories. And then I want you to either write a little blurb about it or do another interactive thing like, do you agree? Do you like this? Like, heart this, follow this account, whatever you want to do, just do make some kind of mention why you're posting it into your stories. This really spoke to me this morning. It can be that, like our audience seeing us do personal development every single day is super powerful. That's part of being a product of the product, right? So if you can take 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go to your mentors pages, go to these positive spaces and learn, but then also be willing to share those resources, it creates so much diversity in who you are and how you operate, right? And it also provides free, valuable content to your target audience. Super simple. This is like one of the easiest things that you could do all day, every single day. If you see something that helps you, share it. Super simple, okay? Take 1 minute and do that. And then we're going to do our next exercise. We only have 2 left. The last 3 are actually post-call activities. And then I'm going to share a really special bonus tool with you guys at the end. The cool part about this too, you guys, just so you know, is you don't have to stay completely on topic here. This is like something that you're sharing from your personal work. So I share a lot of things that are mindset related, right? Or niche related, but I also sometimes just share things that I like cute videos or wholesome moments or sweet things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. Like the empath in me kind of comes out in that way. It helps people get to know you. So don't stress too much about this. Again, don't overthink it. Just share for free. Super simple. And write in the chat when you're done, so we can go to the next one. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do is interact with old followers. So this is actually something I don't think people do enough. And the way that you do this is you go to your homepage. Again, you go up into your followers, just click on your followers, and they're usually sorted by whoever followed you the most recently. So literally, you guys, if you just scroll like this, like just do this for a second and go down to people who followed you a while ago. And you're going to do the exact same thing you did for your new followers that just started following you. Just follow them back, because these people have probably been following you for a long time, right? So all of a sudden becoming active, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've been following this person forever. And they're like interacting on my stuff. This is like extremely connective activity for them, right? Because they are already connected to you. 100%. They're in. They've been following you for a long time. So showing them some love and supporting them is important. So go again, I'm going to just do 1 or 2 minutes really quick. Find a couple of your old followers and go interact with them. Like a couple of their posts, leave them compliments, like really try to dive into their profile for a second and be like, who's this person? Because this is the people that you're attracting. This is where you can also gain insight into what's going on here. Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that. And then we'll do our last activity. And then I'll share the bonus content for you. Okay. Our very last thing that we're going to do is create a bookmark for content. Do you guys know how to create bookmarks in Instagram? Yes, no. This is a really great exercise for low content days. It's really simple. So what I want you to do is go back to that same exact like motivational page that you go to. If you don't have one, go to like Mindset Therapy or Gary Vaynerchuk or Jay Shetty, or like maybe just start looking Brené Brown, like these people. So Kendra Hall, she's our keynote speaker for Summit next year. Start following her so that when you see her speak on stage, you'll already know who she is and feel connected to her. That's a great, let's all just go to her page. Really simple. We'll all do the same thing. So go to Kendra, Kindra, Hall. She's a public figure. She's a storyteller, right? She just actually pinned a post about, her last post was about becoming the keynote speaker for Summit. So you can like that post if you want, show some support, follow her. But what I want you to do is just, we're going to, for the sake of this exercise and showing you how to do it, pull up, let's see, that pinned post right in the middle, Kendra Hall. Others will tell themselves stories about you that you don't like. Let them. Your energy is better spent on writing your story versus editing their version, right? So pull that post up, hit the little bookmark thing on the bottom right of that post, and it should say save to collection should come up. So click on that. Okay. And I want you to hit new collection. And I want you to write shareable content. And every single time you come across something that speaks to you, that you like, that you would share to your stories, I want you to just start building a folder. So on your low content days, you got a plethora of stuff in there. I have one of these for personal development. I have one of these for like, that's just personal to me and what I'm dealing with. I have one of these for my boys and my kids. I save stuff in their folders to let them see funny things on Instagram. I have one for my marriage. I have one for my housing projects. There's like so many folders in there. So whenever I see content that I want to save, I organize it. Again, the ADHD brain in me thanks me a billion times over and over for this. But this specific category, shareable content, I want you to use for your specific Beachbody body business. For you to give these little gifts of value every single day as much as you can. It's content you don't even have to recreate. You're just a facilitator. But you know what? That's our job. We're facilitators. We help people get from point A to point B. That's what we do. We're good at it. So this is a really easy way to expand on your business and add a lot of value for people. Okay. So after the power hour, what I like to do, these are just exercises that I do whenever, but number one, I go back in 10 minutes or 15 minutes and I answer or respond to or interact with anybody that took any of the polls or interacted in my stories. Because that's all going to happen in what? The DMs. Anyone who interacts in your stories, the way to interact back is through direct messaging. Do you know that? It's like the biggest missed opportunity to slide into somebody's DMs, right? And like have permission to do it because they interacted in your story. And that's the only way you can re-interact with them. So you've permission to slide into their DMs and be like, hey, I saw you messaged on my poll today. Like you said your motivation level's at a 2. Like, talk to me about this. That's what I would say. And the conversation started, the connection's happening, that can lead to an invite, that can lead to a challenger, that can lead to a life change and a transformation, right? Like it's those little things, you guys, these little tiny things that lead to the invite that you're trying to create and cultivate for yourself every day. Doing this kind of stuff is what helped me reach a point where people just started coming to me. Hey, I saw your profile today. I need this, and telling you what they needed. Super simple, but that's the goal, right? Is to get people coming to you. Okay. Yeah, slide and slick. Okay. So this is the content that I wanted to give you guys. This is awesome. These are my Instagram gems. So I'm going to give you guys this document. And what it is if you want to expand your reach, like reach more people with your content and have the SEO engine in Instagram, pick up your content and give it to people, this is how you're going to do it. Here's the tips. Use keywords in your bio, write captions that have commonly searched words, right? This is going to get your SEO up. This is just going to start having the algorithm work for you if you can do some of these little tips, okay? This one is call to actions for specific things. If you want to boost your likes on posts, use call to actions like this. If you want more saves, like more of your content saved, use these kind of call to actions. Save this post for later. Save if you found this helpful. Save this post, right? Super simple. If you want to boost sales, here's some call to actions. If you want to boost shares and tags, which is actually the fastest way to get eyes on your content, this is how you use those call to actions, right? Like they're just for very specific things. This section is what to post if you want more likes, comments, saves, or shares, and it's specific ideas for each category. So if your goal is to get more of your content saved, you would be posting how-to guides, step-by-step tutorials, resource lists, right? Graphics and charts, training sessions, checklists. Think about the things that you save. Think about the things that you like. Think about the things that you comment on, right? So if you've got a specific goal in mind of what kind of activity you want to see on your platform, this gives you a really great breakdown of different topics and ways to post to get those results. Does that make sense? And then this very last part is your keywords. So this whole SEO section right here talks a lot about keywords and searchable content. Get motivated is very searchable, right? Like it's a universal, commonly used phrase. So if your mindset focus is getting people motivated, it would make sense that that's one of your keywords. So when you go into this little piece of it, what it really is for you to sit there and critically think like, what is my niche? If it's mindset, what mindset piece am I looking at? If it's burnt out RNs, what specifically am I trying to heal in that process? What am I trying to give back to them? Energy, confidence, like permission, validation, like what is your goal? What are you trying to give the people that you're working for? I actually want you to write that word in the chat. What is your goal? What are you personally trying to give to people? Is it hope, validation? Like, I want you to actually identify that, because that's going to be your biggest keyword. Okay. It could, again, be permission, validation, confidence, self-esteem. It could be self-awareness. It could be health, right? If it's health, you got to narrow it down a little bit. Health in what? Like physical health, internal health, mental health, emotional health. What is it? Me time. Love that. Right? How, when you think about it in that term, how much more simple does niching down become? When you really just can identify what result you're trying to create for people, right? For me, it was hope for a long time, right? It could be transformation. It could be so many different things. Like, put that word in your bio, right in the tagline, right up front. Validation. Think about it. If you went to somebody's page and it said validation, right? Vindicated, whatever it is, like, it's just so powerful to see that. Self-healing, mental health, burnt out, I got you. There's so many ways that you can add those keywords into your biography, and then also start adding them into your posts and your language. Okay. So I'm going to share these tools. I'm going to post them one more time. And then I always post these calls on my YouTube. I know some of you have asked about that. Here are the JPEGs, and then I'm going to give you the PDF if you want to print it. I posted like my household schedule one time in the chat on this, and it was so funny. I was like, oh, hopefully that helps somebody. Here's how my household runs. Okay. And then here's the PDF. Okay. And I am doing a, I'm just going to hit stop on the record because